Alright, welcome back to Minesweeper. The last video did pretty well, all things considered. Especially for my channel, those numbers are pretty good. And after making that video and putting it up, I was like, look, if it does well, I'll try and finish the hard level. Because after talking to a whole bunch of people that had complaints about how I play Minesweeper, I've got a couple of tips and tricks. What we want to do is try and get maybe 60 seconds. I can see the expert levels here. It's 50 seconds and up to 55 for the top 10. I want to try and get to 60 seconds. If I can finish this entire thing in 60 seconds, I think I'm doing pretty well. Okay, I'm not going to set a time limit for this one. I just want to finish it and see how I stack up against the rest. The first tip I got was to click somewhere in the middle because the first one is always a gimme. And then they set the board after you click on the first one. Another thing is if you double click on these, apparently... By the way, this is god-awful. If you double click on... You click with both keys. This doesn't tell me anything though. Yeah, I know these are the immediate squares that it can look at, but I want it to tell me... Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. So if something is known, it will just fill them out. Okay. Okay, we got something. We can do this. This is not too bad. Okay, look. 60 seconds to complete this. I'm gonna lose it. If I can do it in under 2 minutes, I think I've got a pretty good time. Okay, Camille, you need to slow down there, bud. 39 seconds? Oh my god. Let's try and do it in under 2 minutes. 2 minutes seems like a pretty decent time. I am not used to this. Like, this is... I can't do this. This is already too crazy for me. 2 minutes? I've given myself it's already been 30 seconds. I think because I'm doing way too much math in my head. I'm like, okay, it needs to be this one, this to be this one. Like, way too much math is going on in my head right now that I just can't focus. See, like, that's not too bad. That's a pretty cool, like, movement skill. Like, that's honestly, that's not too bad. I like that. That's like a little bit of efficiency there. And it only triggers if I've got them right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Fair enough. Okay. How about we start with something a little bit easier? Let's jump to the intermediate. Just so we can like get our... we can get the headspace right. You know what I mean? Okay, there's a lot of randomness happening here that I gotta figure out. Like, it's already been 2 minutes, and I'm finishing the medium one. Ugh, yikes. There's a 50-50 chance, right? It could be any one of these, or it also could be any one of these. I don't like it. Holy cow, I actually just binked it there. I guessed. I completely guessed. It needs to be that one. No! Okay, look, the double click, definitely faster. Let's try and get this a little bit quicker. This is a lot easier. This is much easier than I thought it was going to be. Look, I actually am speeding through this at the moment. Like, I don't even need to think either. It's just like, oh yeah, click, and then it's all just done. It definitely helps that the double click is not... Like, I'm not actually clicking the button. If that makes sense. I think it definitely helps that the double click is not considered like a mouse click. It's like you're just checking, which is neat. I didn't know that was a strat. Which means you need to be there, because you're good. Wait, no, you're fine. Wow, the game just played itself! Holy cow! I genuinely wasn't even thinking. I wasn't doing any math. I was just like, okay, there has to be one there. Double mouse click. Has to be one there. Double mouse click. Okay, by the way, I don't know if these scores are correct because there's no way you can finish the beginner level in 1 second. That's insane. That's not happening. So I think what we should do now, because we finished the intermediate, let's jump to the expert. And we'll just give it a go. Holy cow, okay. Let's give it a go. 5. 5 is always crazy to me. Whenever I played when I was younger, I never remember seeing a 5. Like, it's sort of just... The game sort of plays itself, which is odd. I never thought I'd be at the point where Minesweeper would just be playing itself. This game is so easy now. I'm not even thinking. I'm just double clicking where I can, and then the game is like, "Oh yeah, of course you got that. Of course you did. Never had any doubt in you, bud." It needs to be there, right? No! And it could have been above. I was doing so well. 3 minutes into that game. Yikes. Yes, we're going for the world record if we can get under 4 minutes. If we get under 4 minutes, we're good. We're good. What is this? What is this? How do I do anything with this? Okay, whatever. That was a horrible one. See, you just gotta be patient. Just double click wherever you can, because this seems unfair. Like, there's no math involved in this. And I always liked Minesweeper because it was sort of like a numbers game. You had to like use your head to figure out where everything was. Now I'm just spamming middle mouse click. Obviously, this is the way to get the better score, and I completely understand that. But this is just so easy now. You are 2. Okay, okay. You already have one next to you, which means that's there. 2 and 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1. Okay, okay. Okay. 5. That's great. 5s give us a lot of information. So do 2s. 2s actually help way more than I thought. When I played this the first time, I thought 2s were fine. If there was a tier list, I think 1s would be at the top, then probably 4s and 5s, and then 2 and 3s all the way down to the bottom. Who cares about 2s and 3s? They don't tell you nothing. Because it can't be all of you, unless it's those 2. It has to be those 2. No! Dang it! Every single time I get so close. Okay, we're doing it again. We're running it back. Not with this one, though. Okay, okay, 5. You telling me they beat this game in 50 seconds? I find that hard to believe. 2, 2, 2. Jeez, a lot of 2s. You're a clear 2. You're a clear 2. So you're good. You're good. Okay, which means you're good. Okay, 3s. Okay, we're back to the 50-50s. Okay, no, we're good, we're good. Lock back in, lock back in. Which means there has to be... Perfect scenario, it's here. But because the 4 has to... Okay, that has to tell me it's there. 4 means all of those are triggered. That 3 is fine. That 5 is annoying. And that's forced me to have to look somewhere else, because this 5 is just... It's either one of these, and I have no information. 3, 4, 3. Which means all of those have to be that. Which means that's fine as well. That's fine as well. Am I back to the... No! Wait, 5. What can you tell me? Okay, you can't tell me much. Game, you're starting to get to me, okay? You're starting to get to me. There's way too many 50-50s here. I wonder what the strategy is if you get to a point where you're just like, I don't know which one's which. What do you do? I think it's that one. Okay. Okay, we're still going. We're still going. We're good. We're good. Who's stressing? I'm not stressing. Get out of here. 4 is fine. 3 is fine. 2 is okay. Which means that's it. Which means you're good. You're good. Okay. Who's stressing? Stressing? I don't know. Okay, there's a whole bunch of 50-50s here. I'm going to come back to that later when I am not scared to lose this game. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. We're so close to finishing this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, which means all 4 of you are fine, which means that one's the 5, which means that's a 4. You're clear. You're clear. That's done. Okay. This is all a 50-50, isn't it? That's horrible. Thank you for that. Thanks, game. This is all a 50-50 as well. It totally is. It totally is. There's nothing I can do. Yikes. There's some math here that I need to work out and I just cannot. This is a much worse 50-50, I think. So I want to do this one first, just before I move on. This still has 1 spot to go. This one still has 2. This one has 1. I think the best bet we have is maybe just go the corner here. If we go the corner, this satisfies this, this, and this. But this is a 4, which means it has to have at least one of these 2, because there's 2 here. So it has to be one of these 3. Okay, so if it's those 3, it means it has to... It can't be that one, which means it has to be those, right? No, it can't. It has to be those. Because that satisfies the 4, that satisfies the 3, and so does that. No! Dang it! I'm never going to finish this game. I've been playing for 45 minutes. Oh my god. Minesweeper is the death of me. I cannot do this. The amount of 50-50 chances that I had there. I did well getting that far. Jeez. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This game will continue to be the bane of my existence. How on earth did they get this in 50 seconds? That doesn't seem real. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Defenses are up. In here, I am king. Perfect submission. Good job.
Green Guardian.
That was a kind of a telegraphed shot. I knew he was I knew he was going to melee there.